Chat, here we go. 2026, starting off with a banger. We've got a lot of things to talk about. Let's get our countdown
10,
going.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
5, 4,
3,
3,
2,
2, 1.
1.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Knights of Teleria podcast, episode number 120. And 2026 is here, guys. Happy New Year's to everybody. Hopefully you had a safe, wonderful New Year's. You enjoyed yourself. You had some fun. Hopefully you stayed up to midnight, because I can tell you from experience over the last couple of years, I have not. Getting old sucks. But we got lots of things to talk about. We've got some information coming up about a possible collab. We can only get into so much information about that. And then I want to talk about, with Valentine's Day just around the corner, and I know every guy here is so excited about Valentine's Day, they're going to be doing a lot of progressives for the power couples. But I want to talk to you guys about which ones are still worth it, and do some of them need buffs. That said, let's introduce my co-host for today's podcast, in the top little red box, representing our free-to-play content creators, Mr. Final Campachi. Ken, what is going on, brother? How are you?
Doing good, man. I did a 14 kilometer today run. So if I fall asleep on the stream, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little bit tired. I got a new air cooler, man. It's so hot, bro. Like, oh my God, it's keep me very warm there. Like, very nice air cooler there. So I hope you guys doing as well.
Nice.
Doing good as well. Good to be there on the stream podcast.
Let me ask, did you stay up till midnight, or did you fall asleep at like 9, 10 o'clock?
Right now, I actually
For New
sleep
Year's,
before the podcast
sorry,
started.
for New Year's. Did you
No,
stay
no, no,
up till
I
midnight?
stay.
You
I did.
slept.
I did. But
Okay.
I was I'm
Chat, how many of you guys
I'm too old
actually
for it.
How many of you guys in chat stayed up to midnight, or did you guys go to bed early? That'll just give us a little bit of a gauge of how many people and how old they are. Speaking about old, let's go to the old man, Mr. Gessel Gaming. What about you, brother? Did you stay up all night for New Year's?
9:30 in bed. Definitely old. Happy New Year, everybody.
You went out though, didn't you? Though,
Huh?
didn't you say you went out though?
Nah, yeah, no, me and the wifey did go out. We were up till midnight. I was just playing along.
Right.
Yeah, we had a good night. We had fun, but it was not normal. Typically I would be in bed. Typically I would be in bed asleep. So, but Happy New Year to everybody.
All right. So one person was definitely staying up later than I did. Let's go to our Dab Master from Texas, Mr. Zero Brew. Did you stay up till midnight, or did you pass out?
No, I stayed up to like 2 in the morning. I stayed up to 2 in the morning every
Damn.
morning. So I'm a night owl for sure. For sure, you're right. Especially with it being like Thursday, but I get to work from home on Fridays, and so I don't have to start work till 9. So yeah, I stayed up, but asked me if I did anything. I didn't. And fun fact, I'm a little bit older than Gessel, so I love that you call him the old man. And
Well,
not me, so
I
thank you.
called him
Well, look at
old
the hair,
because
bro.
there was a particular content creator that called him old
Oh, yeah,
man while he
Shinny.
was while he was live streaming. He's like, yeah, I think that's the old guy.
Dude, he
Gessel,
hangs
right?
on my stream all the time now. Shinny's the man.
That's awesome.
So yeah. Next up, my next door neighbor, Mr. MXPJE. What about you, bro? Did you stay up till midnight?
I was up. Yes, I was streaming. Spent it with chat. Didn't do anything crazy. Just normal night for me. Just getting the work in, streaming. Nothing crazy. But overall doing good. I actually pulled a Furo, my first Furo recently. So I was
Ooh, very
really
nice.
pumped about that. Saved my
that.
Ancient Mercy for like months and months and months, and decided to pop it on him. I just was tired of saving it. I actually hit, so that was dope. Can't wait to check out him. And yeah, Happy New Year's, everyone. Hopefully everyone has a great 2026, and can't wait to talk about Raid with you guys.
Nice. And last but not least, our five-headed thinker. What about you, sir? Did you stay up till midnight?
I think I stood up till like 10:45, and I was like, man, I gotta be up at 4 or 5 in the morning the next day. So I was like, nah, I'm going to bed.
Not worth it.
Okay. Okay. So let's recap a little bit. Did 2026 start you off with any good pulls, anything sexy for your accounts? Zero?
I got Kyolate Ash Arrow.
Is that
So-
the
Sylvan
That's the
Watchers.
Burning
No.
Wood Sylvan Watcher one.
okay.
That on paper looks really good against Armans. However, I don't know, but people said he's amazing in Curse City. And I also say like all my damage dealers are like Ruella and all the epics from the Sylvan Watchers for the most part. I did get Balar.
I mean, you don't need
And
anything
Balar is a
but
nice,
Mistral
very
and
nice
Dicey.
damage dealer, but like with the poisons and stuff, like against Elva and stuff, it kind of limits what Balar can do potentially. But yeah, I had like 2 Dythes and a Ruella build, so can't wait to get him built out. Of course, got other things in the basket. Definitely going to do Yukimasa and Healv
Okay.
first before I get to Ashar. But yeah, that was new to the account, so I was very excited to get that. So let's go.
Nice. Congrats.
Yep.
Chat, what about you guys? Did you get anything good for New Year's Day? Did you pull anything crazy? PJ, what about you other than the Feral?
No, I mean I got Teleria a couple of days before Christmas, so that's not 2026, but excited about her. Got the Helvi Soul, Helvi. Excited about her. And then yeah, got Feral a couple of days ago. So besides that, no, but very excited for 2026. Good start so far.
Okay. Jay, what about you? Did you pull anything good?
I didn't pull anything. Actually, I pulled a bunch of epics. I think I pulled a dupe, but I knew I wasn't gonna pull anything because previously I pulled like 3 mythicals in the same month. I pulled like 3 different legendaries as well, like that I needed. It's been crazy in December how many things I've actually pulled. It has been insane. Joanne, nice, Garrel, like it's just like what the and
Wait,
not
you
a
pulled
dollar
the Nias
spent either.
too?
And yes,
What?
I pulled a Nias.
He just slips that in there. Wait, when did that happen?
Seriously? Okay.
Yep.
bro.
Just casual, nice pull. Wait, when did you get that?
It's only the best card in the game.
I'm gonna need somebody to ban Hellbones because he pulled his second Volcadric heart within 48 hours. So King, if you're
so
watching the stream,
good.
please ban him, please. No,
So good.
congratulations, bro. It's yeah, that it hurts to see so many people have them and me not have one because I've not pulled one from all the
And you
mythical
run the
ones, but
tightest teams.
I do. Gessel, what about you? Did you pull anything good for 2026?
No, nothing 2026. All epics going for the Yukimasa soul. But I did get lucky pulling for the Hilvi pulling for Hilvi, whatever, a week ago. I got the 5-star Hilvi soul, so I didn't have to pull for
Ooh,
that.
Nice.
And I also got a 5-star Carnage, which was an upgrade from a 3-star, which obviously huge upgrades. So
nice.
those 2 were big for me. 2 huge upgrades. Definitely liking those.
You went for
Awesome.
both souls, you Kraken?
No. I got Hilvi
Blazin',
pulling.
Blazin' went for
I did.
both.
My bad. I said I
Oh,
got
you're
lucky.
good, you're
I didn't
good.
have to crack it.
I just saw Blazins.
I've got 2 mythical books here. I think I might go for it. I'm not sure because you know what? Let Ken go first. Ken, did you pull anything good for 2026?
25 for me.
Nope,
No,
2026,
start of
the
this
beginning of the
year.
year, the start of this year. Did you pull any shards? Anything
I mean,
good for your
today
account?
I was going for the Hilve, mostly like training point, and I was a little bit short, so I just YOLO like 2 secret. I got a second dupe Fabian. I think I'm pretty
Nice.
happy about it. Fabian is
That's
awesome.
good.
So besides
I
that,
got a
last
dupe
year just
Fabian
before the
too.
New Year, yeah, already.
That's huge.
Yeah, I
Nice.
got pulled 2. I didn't even mention that one. But what are you going to do with your Fabian? That's a good.
You keep
Dang.
it.
Siege maybe.
You keep
like
it Siege.
Guest study. Yeah.
Bro, I can't tell
Plus
you how
one,
many
not gonna have much.
times I wish I had a second Fabian so I could use him in fights.
Okay.
So
Besides that, just
Soul's
before
the
the
only
New Year,
issue, really.
yeah.
just before the New Year, I trigger my Void Mercy for the dupe Yakar. So
Nice.
that nice. Oh god.
I wasn't
So-
about
The main reason why I'm thinking about pulling or going for the other two
You got a
mythical books
mythical.
here.
What'd you get? What'd you get? What'd
I Christmas morning opened my eyes up, popped the 10 pop, and got myself a
do that.
Lazorius. And I've been struggling, chat, because I am trying to figure out here how I want to build them, and maybe you guys can help me out here. Do I go nukage? Do I go hybrid? Do I go turn meter booster? Anybody in chat that has him, how do you guys use him? And, you know, are you satisfied with that type of build, or do you think you should go vice versa? So I'm gonna ask you guys here, what do you think I should go? Should I go full out nuke, or would I be better building him as a support? Ken.
Do you have a Tiox?
I do have a Teox. I do have a Sulfurion. Yep.
Speed can be very nice, especially for the siege like Lizardman only.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'll
30.
and I did have a 5-star soul for him too saved. So
Yeah.
But we'll show everything so you guys can see here. So I do have the Teox, and I do have the Predator as well too, and the Sulfurion.
Mm.
Oh, you can do
J-
30.
Let's go to Jay next. Jay, what would you do? What would you build him as? Or what should I build him as?
Can't really, his resistance at level 60 doesn't have like an extra like 40, 50, or 60 starting, so probably Res Nuker wouldn't be the best, right? The thing about Lazarius and not Comitus, Gizmac is that they're 115 speed champions that could be used for boosters or nukers. So they're the fastest mythical nukers in the game. Like, I've gone against people who go first as Lazarius. I'm like, oh, okay, boost, and he just goes and nukes me. I'm like, bro, you don't need Arbiter. You don't need any. You just go. That's what's now. It's hard to gear that way, but it's super OP because it's like I have a 320 speed nuker, while you could have a Lazarius at 400 speed nuker. It's just like, what? It shouldn't exist in the game. So the fact that you have a 5-star blessing too is really, really good on him. I would definitely try to build and push your account that way because it's going to be pretty nasty. And he has a speed lead too, so you can go IP right and still be a nuker using IP. So he feels like 2 roles, right? Like, it's really good. Hybrid or straight nuker is what I would go.
Okay. Cropco Games here says, get another Lazorius and build one for nuke and one for speed. I'll ask Plarium if they can bless my account, but I don't know. It took forever. Gessel, what about you? You do a lot of PvP. What would you say? Should I go more support, more nuke?
I find the most annoying Lazariuses to be the ones that can strip you and put that block debuff out, or the block buff out. That is infuriating. So I don't know. So I would build them fast with accuracy. Frankly, I'd try to get. You got Sulfurion boosting, have him go second, and try to get everyone, stripped and stuff. That's how I think I find that the most annoying, frankly. But
Okay.
I like what Jay was saying too. Obviously, if you could build them like that, that sounds insane. So I don't got gear. I don't got gear to build them like that.
Well, because that's the question now, is depending on which way I build him, I'm going to have to sideline somebody else to put him as one of my main champs. PJ, what about you? What do you think?
I don't have him, but from what I've seen from other people, at least from like the end game perspective, where you would be at, I don't know if you need the 6-star blessing or not, but I think most people go crit cap speed booster, like really fast, and then crit capped and then just let them rock and roll. I don't know if you need the 6-star for that. It might be tough without it. Maybe it's without until you get the 6-star. Maybe just go like more speed boosty. I mean, you have the DPS. The other thing is, like, depending on if you want to take gear from other people or not. That's like the big question is.
I feel like whenever I pull one of these type of champions, I got to rework like almost every single one of my champs because I'm just like,
Take a little bit of you, a little bit of you.
Yeah, well, I got to redo that anyways because I pulled a 5-star, well, not a pulled, but I bought my 5-star Titus Soul, so now I got to rebuild him and, work on that a little bit too. So the new year did start off great. Zero, what do you think?
Well, what do you call Jay all the time? The 4-headed thinker or something?
5-headed.
5-headed. See, I was cutting
Don't
off on the
disrespect
heads
him.
like I was in Hydra.
How dare you disrespect Jay like that?
Yeah, no,
Four-headed
I
thinker.
default to what Jay says, man. That sounded brilliant. But you know what, Gestel had some good points too. I'm sure he sees a lot of Lazarius is at the level he's at in live arena. So I think between the two, that's what to go with.
Okay. All right. So I got a little more thinking to do, but definitely a lot of valid points. It seems like a lot of people in chat are also talking about the hybrid build. So like PJ's idea of crit capping, accuracy, and as much speed as possible might also be the plan. So I'll do some deep diving, deep thinking this week.
That's how I have my
into this.
Carnage build. Just saying. Crit
Okay.
cap at high speed.
Okay. All right. All right. There has been so much information out there this week about what is coming in the next few days. And I want to share something with you guys that we're allowed to share coming up. And it's about well, let's just put it out there. Here's next collab for Raid Shadow Legends. Okay? Here it is, guys. It's official. This is the next Raid Shadow Legends collab. It is Teletubbies.
Oh my.
Is that
It
leaked?
is Teletubbies. The question is, how many in chat actually know the Teletubbies names? Does anybody know any
Tinky
of the
Winky.
names?
Have names?
Tinky Winky is one.
Bixby, Lila, Paul. I want Paul. I'm gonna be Paul main.
I wasn't allowed to watch Teletubbies. My mom thought they were creepy.
They are very creepy.
They are creepy. But
Everybody's like, no, hell no, time to uninstall. This isn't happening. We're not doing this. But yeah, this is the next Red Shadow Legends Teletubby is what we're gonna have. I shared this screenshot with King Coco yesterday, and
that'd be hilarious.
it was an awesome trip. I'm listening to him while I'm driving home from my kid's soccer game, and he's like, yeah, Lala is going to be what is it? Lala's the red one. I think he said he's going to be a
I think that's
God.
Paul.
That's Paul. See, that's how bad
I'm
it
not
is.
even sure.
Ken's like, I closet watched this when I was younger, guys. I just don't want to admit it. So yeah, no, but that said, there are some speculations about a new collab coming. We don't really know exactly what it is. The things I want to discuss about it today is what we're going to need to know. So let's talk a little bit about, with this new collab starting soon, what is the number one thing that we should take into account while going through the activities of the collab? Let's start with PJ first.
Well, I was gonna say just save your shards, like now, save everything, save your resources, just start saving. Hopefully, if people were on the fence and they didn't have many shards, they didn't go for Hilvy. I think the Hilvy was kind of a bait. I think she's really good, but I don't think like the 5-star soul is definitely like needed for people. So hopefully people have been saving, and yeah, I was expecting 2026 to start off with a bang. And it looks like it's going to. So yeah, I just start save.
So I knew 2026 was going to start off with a collab and stuff. Because they had hinted some stuff to us as content creators, like, hey, we got a lot of big things coming in the beginning of 2026. So I was expecting it. I was like, Christmas time, they're not going to do anything, any new collabs or anything. Plus, we still have the Predator Pass to kind of go through, which also, guys, I'll put a link out in the video in just a second here. We are giving away a Predator Pass that we will have to pull at some point today. All you have to do is drop your UMID number on that video, just so I can use it as a confirmation when I log into the account to purchase it. So if you have not purchased Predator and would like an opportunity, please go ahead and just leave your UMID number on that video. Go ahead, PJ.
Also, don't get debated into pulling on like 15x's and stuff for them, because it's gonna be tough, but like the past few of them, they've done like the same recipe where it's like one fusion, one login, and the other ones have been like pretty much guaranteed with like a deck of fate or like a hero's path or stuff like that. So they're gonna try to bait you into using your shards and stuff on gambling them for the 15x's, and I just really try to stay strong and try to wait for those like guaranteed opportunities. Granted, they might not come, and I'm sorry if they don't, but I mean the past like 2 to 3 times they've done this, they've pretty much done it the same way they've every time. So I'd rely on that like same strategy from them.
Right. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that they have done over the last couple of ones where almost every single one of them has been a guarantee for the whole community to be able to acquire, whether it's via shards, via soul stones, or anything like that. You know, just be prepared. They are going to come in hot and heavy. Progressive chance are definitely going to be one of those things they do. I would not, you know, I would definitely tell you the Prisms are going to come in and they're going to fly in with a lot of these champions coming in. Gessel, what about you? What do you think is going to be the number one thing that players should be watching out for with this new collab?
I don't know what to add on. I think PJ seems to covered it all. I would just say there's like obviously two types of collabs, right? Like we've got the one that's kind of going right now, with Xeno and
So the
Predator, right?
right. So I think these.
So yeah,
the
this is going to
Predator
be
pass,
obvious.
We still have 7 more weeks, but I think Xenomorph stops in like a week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
think
trying to
you haven't
distinguish
logged
between
in,
the
it's
two.
over.
But
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so there's the two different collabs. So this is obviously going to be the other one, much more like the Turtles one, I guess, right? So there's going to be a lot of champs. And so to PJ's point, you got to save resources in order to get them. It's going to probably be over a extended amount of time like the Turtle one was. So don't jump in, don't get debated. I don't know what else to say. I think both of those are great. All those points that PJ said are great. I don't know what else you could say.
Okay. One of the things I am expecting is that we are obviously going to get another event dungeon. We're probably, I think they're not gonna put the last set that we did. It was so bad that a lot of the players really didn't farm it. It's so bad I don't even remember the name. Chronophage. I think they're probably gonna go back to Pinpoint. So a lot of us are going to be enticed to farm that, especially a lot of newer
Put both
players.
of them in. Put both of them in Plarium.
You know what?
Get rid of some of
Just
the
let-
other garbage.
Yeah, get rid of all the other ones and put both of them in. I'd be okay with that. Actually, I think chat.
Why not?
Would you guys not support that? I think that'd be great.
Why not? That's what I've been clamoring for.
So I expect that to happen, plus a whole bunch of new relics to come in. So we're, obviously going to be going for a lot of these events, trying to pull some of these mythical ones. So you will be enticed. It's just, what do you want to go for? Do you want to go for the relics, the champions? It's going to be quite hard. Let's go to Ken next. What about you?
I mean, like Gestal mentioned, PJ is pretty much cover all of them. So there is a huge potential, guys. We are getting new multiple some things that we cannot cover right now, and like a turtle. Imagine like a turtle, guys. Like end of the day, we was able to collect every single turtle if we saved our resources, right? The list also got leaked about the turtles. But eventually they did loss of guarantee for them. We didn't pull them from the chart. They was like one of them was fusion, one of them was daily login, right? And the rest of the two turtle was the guarantee event. So basically save your resources, shards, soulstone. You definitely need to save them. And as an alternative, XP brew for the champion training point, like maybe some energy, you guys need to also save them. So it's time to start saving, guys.
Which is funny because we have a Soulstone event coming tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So they are definitely going to try to milk a lot of our resources.
By the way, about that, we talked about that on my stream yesterday because they give us information yesterday. There was a little bit counter for this Soulstone event. It's a 2x immortal. People saying like, hey bro, like pull them, get like 6-star soul, so you can trade it for the Eternal Soulstone. I mean, if you guys want a Gamba, you can do something like that, Theoretically, it has a higher chance of to pull like 5-6 stars, so up to you. Just saying.
So at a 2x, right? For the Immortal Soulstones.
5-6 star, I believe.
Yeah, so you'd have 5-6 stars, so you'd have a 24% chance to pull a 5-star and a 12% chance to pull a 6-star. I mean, the only thing I have to say is we're not all like PJ sitting on like 50,000 coins. So we're not that much of a Kraken. I don't know if I'd really... Yeah, okay.
There's a difference.
I don't know if I'd really want to hold on to them for that long to try to say, but that is a valid point, valid idea. Like, but you also run the risk of getting, you have a higher chance of getting a 3-star. It's a 50% chance. So, tough. Okay. Jay, what about you? What do you expect? Or, what's one of the things that the community can kind of expect with this new collab coming up?
Well, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to come out. And with every collab, there's always a lot of events, a lot of different options for you to want to gamble your resources. The best thing I can say is for free-to-play players, of course, save everything. And know that you're probably not going to get everything, but you can guarantee get some things if you save correctly. And just pick the ones you want the best, right? And then for spenders or people who like to low spend, you might be like, oh, if I spend, I'll get everything. I know people who's put a lot and still didn't get everything, right? Like Shredder and other champions. So just know that, this is, your gambling stuff, and if you're going to be investing, you might still not get everything, including the relics or whatever they're going to give you for trying to get all these different champions. So just know that in retrospect that you might not get everything, even though you're going for everything. But it's at the end of the game, it's just like, get what you need for your account, because sometimes people go for all this stuff and they don't even need half of it, honestly. Like, turtles work together, but like with Alice, like Adventure, like, is some people are using Odin, but is everyone using Alice? Like, is everyone using Loki? You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to go for everything. Just go for the things that you need the most for your count progression, or if you're using it for arena. That's all I can pretty much say.
Right. I think a big thing here is going to be if the speculation is correct, which we'll get into a minute here, whether we feel might be right or true or false. If the speculation is correct, and this is a limited time event, a lot of us are going to really FOMO on trying to pull some of these champions. And that's where they're going to get us, because if they don't keep them in like they did with Odin and stuff, we won't be able to pull them again, and it'll be 2 collabs back to back with limited time champions if that's the case. And I'm not sure if we're prepared for that. Zero, what about you?
Yeah, I'll just say, hey, Player's done a really good job of giving us an opportunity to get all these things. And I think that's what PJ kind of said right out the rip, in more of a cautionary perspective. But I say, Player, hopefully they'll do that for us as well. And I'll hold my comments to the what I think about if rumors are true or not. Let's just say I got shown a video right in the middle of my stream for Friday night, and I was just like, first of all, my jaw dropped. I should actually go back to my VOD and drop that. I was like, okay, crazy. Yeah, just remember, Chad, this is a game, and yeah, Vox said it. That was me. My mouth dropped on it. But yeah, and participate, save your resources. I think that's what everybody here is saying, and hopefully the champions will be good, and some synergy maybe or whatnot. I don't know. We'll see. I have one beef about what I've seen too, so we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Hey, real quick here, let me give a shout out to our boy Snackbox RSL, who is joining us on the YouTube side. Recently became a content creator with Plarium, official content creator. So guys, if you are not following, I'm going to drop his link here in just a second. Make sure you go over to YouTube, give him a follow. It doesn't cost anything. Show him some love, show him some support. Even though he's egging on. I mean, I know last collab he was able to leak everything, and now he's got to sit there and kind of just look at us and say, "Oops, can't say anything." But, all right, here we go. I may or may not get in trouble for some of this stuff, and some of the official creators have the choice of not to discuss any of this, but there is a rumor out there with some infographics that there is a Assassin's Creed collaboration coming. Now, we again cannot confirm whether this is real or not real. There is a lot of speculation out there for it, but I think overall, I am going to err on the side of saying I think this might actually happen, because if you guys remember, it was about 3 months ago, the last time they did the news drop video of what's next for Raid. They said, we've got a new faction coming in 2026. And the new faction has to do with Roman gods. As you can see here, they kind of actually left this like the helmet with the Romans. So I feel like it's possible that we're going to be getting a new faction in the next week or two. And I think it's very possible that the Assassin's Creed one is legitimate. Again, I cannot confirm because we have not been told by Plarium, but I want to hear from you guys in chat. Are you excited if it is an Assassin's Creed collab? Will you like... I mean, I've read all the audiobook. I've not read all the audiobook. I've listened to all the audiobooks. I can't read.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I know. I don't read. I listen to a lot of the audiobooks, and I will say, like, I love a lot of the lore and stuff like that. So I think that's kind of cool. And I think it's definitely with the Roman genre that they talked about coming into like a into the game, which definitely would fit in with the vibe. I would love to see that. Let's start off, I guess, I'm going to go with the long-winded answer here, which is going to be Zero Brew.
Well, considering I am not an official content creator, I can speculate all the heck I want. I have no restrictions. So let me speculate. So I think what you just said, let me just tie in what you just said. I think that that's an interesting thought. And I do think that if the rumors are true and Enzo, who is from Assassin's Creed 2, is our free champion, was the Italian assassin, right? So everybody's going to get him if you log in, I'm sure, and he's the Italian one, old Enzo, and that'll be very Ezio, yeah, whatever. Ezio, Enzo sound the same, whatever. It's Italian, baby. I don't know. Yeah, Ezio, I can't, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's been how many years since that game came out?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Also, the one thing, and I just want to get this off my chest so I can just say I said it. What I saw of the video looked cool, whatnot, but I will say 4 of the 5, because they were all men, it looked like, looked the freaking same from the back. Like, yeah, there's a little nuance and differences, but at least with the turtles, they had very vast difference looking stuff, and of course their colors are different. So I'm just gonna say that if this is true, that was the one thing I saw. I was like looking at their butts when they're all 5 were fighting a boss or something like that in the video, and I was like, God, this looks terrible. Come on, give us a little something more distinct about these people. They all could have, interchanged with each other. So anyway, now that I got that off my chest, yeah, I think it'd be cool. Assassin's Creed definitely would fit into this world or whatnot. And the video looked cool too. So I do like big butts, and I cannot lie. No other brother can deny. That small thing walks in the room with that big thing in your face. You're wrong. Sorry. All right. I'll shut up.
Gusto, what about yourself, man? And feel free to pass if you don't want to,
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I really don't care about all the CC stuff, I guess. I try to be as good as possible. I obviously I saw the leak too. I saw the leak the moment it came out. That thing goes right to. I watch Boozer all the time, bro. So as soon as he puts something new out, that's on my homepage. So I saw it right away. I chose not to talk about it on my stream. I didn't even. I don't know. A couple people brought it up. I was like, I don't know what to say, so
Yeah.
whatever. I'm not an Assassin's Creed guy. I definitely played the first two back in the day. They were definitely revolutionary games. I felt like back in the day, a lot of fun being able to scale, jump around, and stuff. I don't know much about anything else, really, and I haven't really played any of the games. I heard Black Flag's kind of the best one. I didn't play it. So I don't know. Whatever. It sounds cool, man. I like collabs, so whatever. Bring it on. I'm kind of with Zero though, bro. They did kind of look all the same. I'm gonna say they did look all the same to me.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, what? I was like, how are we gonna know who we're fighting? What the hell?
Yeah.
If these guys are
Yeah.
PvP champs, I'm gonna hate this.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the graphic art in those videos, like, it looked good, but I don't know if I'd call it Plarium level good. But that's just me. PJ, what about you?
What's the question?
Your thoughts on the possible collaboration of Assassin's Creed?
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
okay.
give it merit? Do you like I said, I feel like because we've got the new faction, and I could see it happening.
Yeah. Okay. I think I don't know the exact phrase, so I might butcher this, but I think the silence is deafening from Plarium and the CCs. Like it happens every time. Whenever something's true, they're like, "Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it." So we just know it's true. So I'm going out on a limb and saying that this is pretty spot on. I don't think it's going to be in the new faction though. That'd be a lot to throw in a new faction with this as well. It could fit, but I am thinking it's not going to be the new faction quite yet. But it looks cool. I must have been lucky. I think I've only really played one Assassin's Creed game, and I played Black Flag when I was growing up. So, and I loved it. It was a great game. They definitely don't have me like, oh my god, Assassin's Creed. I got to get all of them. If they're good, then I'll definitely try to get all of them. Huh?
I was gonna say it's not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles type of thing where
For
it's
you,
like, oh my
yeah.
god, I grew up on this stuff. Like I gotta have them all.
Yeah, it's not like I don't have like super nostalgia with them. Like I definitely know them. Like I said, I played Black Flag. I think they're cool. But yeah, definitely not like a super nostalgia hit for me. But yeah, I
Okay.
think they're true. I think the leaks look pretty legit, and yeah, we should be getting here soon. Excited.
Okay. I'm a because they did say that in early 2026 we are going to get the new faction. And they're gonna want time to build it up because eventually they got to get Faction Wars popped out there. So if you're working on your Polaris, make sure you get it out there. But I think starting the year with the new faction is a very strong a possibility for us to have. Jay, what about
The thing
you?
is, though, are they going to put them all in the same faction? I mean, they split Ninja Turtles up. I mean, that'd be crazy if they open
They
up a new
did.
faction and then all five are the Ace,
Well,
like the Assassin's
think-
Creed.
I think the main reason why they split the turtles up though is because of
the ally
Leonardo.
attacks.
Yeah, and the passive. Like if they do something to that level again, which I want to actually discuss, I think if they do something like that, then yeah, they're going to have to separate them. But I don't think. I mean, they could essentially add a whole bunch of them, because we do have like Sylvan Watchers doesn't have. You got two uncommons because they don't pay attention to those, so they could just throw in like any two champions and then just a little bit here and there and just kind of fill out the whole faction over the next couple of months.
Yeah, I went back and looked. Not to cut in, I know there's other people who haven't gotten the answer, but I did go back and look, and they gave us 11 Sylvan Watchers right out the rip, and only a handful of them were the blue ones or whatnot. And a
Rares.
couple of the greens, rares,
Yeah.
whatever. And I will say, looking back on everything, they gave us obviously all the Thor Odin ones. All those went into Barbarian, and they did split the others with the
Yep.
turtles. But I will say, the one chick, the female of the group, is from Odyssey, and Odyssey was very much the Greek faction. So,
Yeah.
and we already talked about the Italian faction. So I could see it maybe,
Yeah.
even if they give us a sprinkle of a few and then give us more as it comes out. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Jay, what about you?
So when I saw it, 'cause I did see it unfortunately because people spam it everywhere, and I was like, oh, no. I don't know. I kind of think when I think of Ezio himself, right? Like, because I've been playing Assassin's Creed since back till Altair, right? The first one. Problem with that is they destroyed the franchise. Like, I stopped playing it because I'm like, Ubisoft don't know what they're doing, man. Like it's sad a lot of games like that just get destroyed. And Ezio's a very popular one. That's from Brotherhood and Part 2 and stuff. Him being in a raid, could I see it? Hell yeah. I see him as honestly, when I think of him as a champion, I think of Sacred Order, right? Being able to like stop evil. And so like usually the Telerian League fights the corrupted, right? That's usually how, most of the lore is kind of. So I would think he would be there. I mean, I would like to be in the new faction, but when I think of the new faction, I think of more like, because there's a lot of things happening, right? We're seeing like Godforge coming out. We're seeing like we have champions, but we even have mythical champions now, but we don't really have gods and goddesses and stuff like that. We have a few demonic kind of like creatures that look like they would be celestial and things like that. So I was thinking, when I look at Ezio, I don't think of him as that, right? I think of it as more of humanoid, like Sacred Order, Bannerlord possibly, but I don't see him as that. But they could throw him in there. Probably the other champions, definitely. I would say like 75, 80%. If there's a collab, definitely they're going to be the new faction, because that new faction hasn't been open in how long? It's been over like a year and a half, 2 years. So they got to start moving things, right? So right. I definitely think a lot of things are coming in 2026. I just don't personally think he's going to be there unless
Sylvan's came in 2022.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It was like Q3 2022.
I gotta ask, because I'm 99% sure that they said it was going to do with Greek Roman mythology, not gods. Chat, I'll have to, I guess, go watch the video back again later. But am I correct in saying that it was supposed to be Greek and Roman mythology? Because they could do champions like Xerxes, champions like Leonidas, right? That would be kind of where I would want to see. And I feel like the possibility of getting the Assassin's Creed would definitely fit in with that one.
I feel like they said aesthetics or something.
Yes, like maybe. Yeah, it was okay. So it was inspired, Greek Roman inspired. So yeah. Ken, what about yourself?
I mean, like the Zerobro mentioned, lady one from the Odyssey game, and she's from like Greek. She keeps saying Malaka. Maybe you know what's that mean?
Malaka?
Yeah, Malaka.
Anybody curious out there of what the word Malaka means? Please go search up Mr. Panos Malaka, and you'll understand why and how exactly we Greek people use Malaka every other word. Go ahead, Ken.
I'm guessing she's 100% fit in the new faction. They mentioned, like you guys talk about it. But rest of them, I don't think they are going to be on the same faction. I think they are going to split them like a turtles. And I believe one of them also going to be a skill like the Leonardo.
Ooh. So,
like unity skill. So that's why it's going to make them more valuable, I think so.
Okay. Let's actually kind of take a step back from this and talk about the Leonardo Unity skill. And do we expect that this collab that is potentially coming down, I know I'm throwing a lot of if, ands, and buts about this, guys, because I want to keep it as a speculation. That way we don't get in trouble. Do we see another one of those coming in? Because I think the Ninja Turtles themselves have made just a whole new level into the game, right? I mean, you can basically take on Fire Knight right now, Stage 10 hard mode, which used to be some of the hardest content with the Turtles. You can pretty much take almost everything down with the Turtles. do you anticipate seeing another? Sorry. Do you
You're struggling
anticipate?
so hard to find dungeons.
Yeah. Do you anticipate another, Unity champion just for the collab itself because they can't put out more than one Unity champion in each faction? Let's start off with PJ first.
I can see it. I feel like they like the Unity, excuse me, because it makes you like more FOMO in getting all of them. If they're separate, then it's like, okay, I can just pick the one best one or the two best ones. But if you can
Mhm.
use them all together, it brings like a whole another separate synergy to the game. And yeah, it just makes you like, oh, I need all of them now to be able to do blah blah. So yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that before you talked about it, but I could definitely see them doing another type of Unity with them. Just so it's like that, yeah, that FOMO of everyone trying to get everything, use all your resources. And yeah, like you said, it's also just more power creep in the game. Game like this, there's always gonna be more power creep. I know people will hate it, but that's just how these games are. There's got to be power creep for them to progress. So yeah, I could definitely see some type of Unity with them. Now, what it's gonna be, I have no idea. Hopefully, it's something cool and unique, and not just what they did with the turtles. But yeah, I could definitely see them doing something like that.
Okay. I think you made a very valid point as to why they would do it, because obviously one of the things they want to do is sell us more champions, sell us more shards. And if it's gotta catch them all because all four of these are busted good together, just like the turtles, you're definitely going to be more enticed to go for it. So I think that's a very, very valid point. Ken, what about you? Do you anticipate that this new collab would have some sort of faction unity champion or mesh like the turtles do?
Yeah, I believe, man. Like, I believe one of them going to be unique, and that one going to be a unity skill, going to be work with the rest of the friends. Yeah,
Okay.
like a Leonardo.
Okay. So the only thing I don't like about that, because now as I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, then they might not actually put all these guys in the same faction, which would kind of suck. Gesto, what about you?
Originally, I kind of felt like they would all be separated because, frankly, because they all look the same. Like, how do you put them all in the same faction if they all look the same? That was just my initial impression. After hearing what you guys are saying, I kind of feel like they'll put the female and Ezio. I feel like they'll put those two. If there is a new faction, I feel like that's what they would do. Maybe do 2 from this and then spread the rest out. Again, I don't know the lore and we don't know who they are, so maybe it would make sense if they were spread out. I don't know. I would say they're probably going to spread them out. I think I agree with what you guys are saying.
Okay. Okay. Jay, what about yourself?
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to spread it out. I mean, why? I mean, you could put it all in one faction would be nicer for people when they start doing that faction wars for that specific faction. But if you want to, this is a business. We know player. They're going to probably put one of the champions. It increases FOMO. It makes it, you want to collect them all, you have to go do everything else. Also, if they do put them in separate, if you're having trouble, just like how Donatello has helped out Lizardman faction, right? If you're having trouble, use that one champion that came from the Turtle collaboration. He's insane alone, right? In terms of helping out endgame teams or even Titus teams or even speeding up runs. Like, he's nuts of a champion. You don't need Leonardo, right, with Donatello. So does it really hurt, right, by having them separate? It would be nice all in one area, but at the same time, it helps those other if they're putting the right champions in each faction to help out those factions, hey, more power to that, so that people could progress faction wars hard, easier, right?
Well, I don't know if people are going to be able to progress hard mode faction wars easier, because some of these rebalances, as our boy Snackbox has showed us, are making some of the other content a little more challenging for us now, like Sir Nick. Zero, what about yourself?
Yeah, so I got a bunch of thoughts on this. First of all, I think Jay, brings up a fantastic point. There are still factions out there that are lacking certain things. I talked about at the very beginning. I got the Ash era dude, which is and now I got another nuker, at least for this, Sylvan faction for that example. Ken raised a good point with the Sacred Order, but the thing I want to say is Sacred Order has 90 champions in there, and there are several other factions that have still 50. There's a lot in the 50s and 60s. So I think what Jay said, I think if they are going to split them up, synergize. And honestly, if they're going to be a few of them in the new faction, I would not be opposed to saying, hey, new factions open up. Here's one or two. By the way, we're going to have more coming with the next event and, in March or April or something like that when this event maybe ends. In terms of, I think your first question was the Unity. I think more of those in the game, the better, right? Especially if we have the opportunity to earn them, just like we were the Leo. And I'm going to guess Leo was gangbusters for them because, they tried to milk us all the way through. And then finally they gave it to us. And I think the people that went for the turtles probably went for that. And then last thought is the thing they actually released on their official channel saying, hey, January 8th is coming out. That dude looked like a freaking Knights Revenant. And that could be the big boss that's coming with this. I don't know if you have that on your topic, Blazing, to bring up, but I'm thinking there's going to be 6 champions with this, and one's going to be maybe a void boss. That's a Knight Rev. Huh?
Wasn't that Iron
No,
Twins?
there was a YouTube short. Let me see if I can find it.
It's a
here.
YouTube short.
That was
the original, the leak. But I'm talking about the little
the actual
thing that they officially launched on their channel. It's on their, Raid Shadow Legends official.
I think that's a champion coming. They posted that champion in October saying new champions coming.
That would be this guy right here.
Oh,
he's a character, I think, or champion.
Yeah, but it says January 8th.
I don't know.
I saw a video
that looks
a couple of days ago.
You think so? There's a lot of gold and a staff.
There was a poster that they posted in October with a picture of Maria, that dude, and Thorn saying
that picture was leaked.
Yeah, in October.
I think they was planning to release this champion on the with the Maria. I think they changed their mind, so that's why they delayed this picture. But this champion was
okay.
We will see. It looks like Unity actually, by the way.
He looks what?
Unity champion, because he have a banner on his back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So maybe he's the Unity faction champion for this new faction, right? Again, a lot of things point towards us getting a new faction in the next couple of days. So we'll see if my speculation for this is actually right or not. A lot of signs are pointing towards it. That said, if it is Assassin's Creed, is there a particular champion that you guys want in it? Just for either nostalgia, chat, or just because you love this champion so much? Let's go to PJ first.
Wait, what do you mean? From Assassin's Creed?
From Assassin's Creed, if there is one, if it is true that it is coming, which one do you think you must have?
The best one.
Which is?
I don't know. I only played Black Flag. I don't really think I played much of the other ones. I don't really know the characters too much. I mean, I like Enzo or whatever you guys said.
Well, there's the Boja, there's the Cardinal, there's Mario.
I don't know any of these.
When you listen to the audiobooks,
when you read the audiobooks, you get all the information.
There's Leonardo da Vinci. And I'm actually gonna touch up on this in just a second here because
Da Vinci would be cool. I know. I don't know.
Yeah. Gessel, what about you? Is there somebody you want to have in from that Assassin's Creed collab, if it is true?
I frankly don't know the lore. I played the games forever ago, so
okay.
Yeah, hopefully that was just like those were like placeholders, and like hopefully they all are like distinctly different. Like unique. Black Flag, wasn't that more like pirates and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, and that to me would be like barbarians, right? Like Armand. So like I feel like maybe we just got like placeholders there. I'm hoping. and that they will be distinct. So that's all I guess I'm really hoping for mostly.
Okay. Jay, what about you?
I think, I mean, if we're already supposedly getting one already free, I mean, there's a lot of characters in that lore, but some of them are not really like, I don't think, champions. But I mean, if they bring all the different assassins, right, that'd be cool. But it's just all be the same kind of like aesthetic, right? It'd be kind of boring, unless it's like the turtles, where if like, you know, this one block revives, this one puts like poisons, this one puts a new debuff like bleed. They could maybe do, you know, they could probably do that. That'd be cool. Altair has always been my favorite. My friends in Florida always say Ezio's the best, so it's been a war between that, me and my friends. But ooh, okay,
Just
interesting.
some of this is just some of the pictures online of, like, you know, I honestly, this looks so cool. Look at this.
Yeah, man, dual wielding
Like that
looks
guy.
so cool, man. I would,
Yeah.
man. You know, instead of, you know, it'd be a cool concept. Instead of mythical champions, if a champion had, if not as a mythical, right, but if a champion had like an A3 that switches like their A2, but they don't switch their whole form, they just switch one of their skills, right? That'd be pretty cool. That could be something they introduce.
Okay. Zero, what about yourself? Is there a particular
Yeah,
champion
so-
if this collab is actually legit?
Yeah, so again, if this collab is legit, someone already told me the 5 that it's going to be in my chat live on Friday night. And I think with Edward, it is my understanding is the power one. I never played Black Flag, but apparently Black Flag was the best one. That one on the left, go back one.
Yeah.
My understanding, and I did play that one. That was Odyssey, the Egyptian one. No, one more, the Egyptian one.
That's Origin.
That one?
Origin, sorry. Yeah, I said Odyssey. Yeah, Odyssey's the chick. Origin is Basura or whatever his name is, which is the Egyptian one. Yeah, and then of course number, from 2 is Ezio or whatever his name is. So yeah, I think they've
Ezio.
already kind of whatever have been put out. That being said, I do think 2 of them at least look unique. 3 of them, like Ezio and Basura and the others, they all look very similar. So maybe they can give us skins with this. Maybe this is their way to sell skins, Gestel. Let's think about it. They give us
Where did the
all
skins
same
go?
looking champions.
They gave
Yeah,
up on
Bayek,
skins.
Altar,
They gave
Ezio,
up.
Cassandra, and Edward is my understanding of the.
I know we saw all the leaks and stuff, but are there like big villains or anything they could do from this to? they could
So
add?
there's the
Good.
Boja, there's the Cardinal, and what, like, one of the
That's what
things I
said
was
earlier,
thinking is like,
Cardinal.
yeah, I was thinking like, because if you played the games or listened to it, like the Cardinal for like towards the end just goes all wild, transforms himself into like some god tier champion taking on Ezio. So I was like, well, maybe he could be a mythical for the faction. That could be kind of interesting. But
Be the
Here- here's-
boss. If they do
Here's
event
the
dungeon.
thing. Whatever
Good.
they do, I want them to use their full range of weapons. I want to see hand pistols. I want to see obviously the standard lose your finger, stab you in the neck blade, the wrist
blade.
blades, right? Dual wields, staves. I want to see, and if these are the true champions that they're going to be, like Bayek or whatever, I want to see those Egyptian style weapons. I want to see the Greek style weapons. I want to see, because each one of them fit in their era very well. Like Ezio, very much because like he was traveling in Italy and France and all that. There's a lot of that kind of stuff in the story. So yeah,
Well-
whatever they do, I want to see really cool weapons with that.
okay. Ken, what about you?
Yeah, like the picture you just showed me right now, like they're in the different time zone, like so it's normal to have they have a different kind of weapon, like for example, like one of them on the Black Flag has a pistol because it's a pirate days, like, but like alter stuff like that, there wasn't like no like gunpowder or stuff like that, so there is no like pistol or stuff like that. Like Cassandra back in the day on the Greek time, obviously like there is no ranged weapon beside the bow, stuff like that. My favorites, most of them here, Last two games actually not here. And some Pleb games, I'm glad they didn't even bother with them. But last two games, like which is the last one, is the Shadow is on the Japan. We could get some nice samurai there, you know, for a Shadow King faction. And before that, it was a Norway, Valhalla.
Okay.
I don't know, like I'm not huge fan of the Black Flag or the like this Edward or whatever his name, the USA one. I think I'm not big fan of them. So maybe they
Okay.
can replace them with the last two would be better for me. But I got my best, which is Cassandra Malaka. I love her.
Well, you know,
Greek
again,
girls are nice.
all the signs are pointing to this new faction coming out, and I'm just thinking like you could do Kratos, you could do so many things with this. I honestly think I would love for this to actually be true, and be realistically coming into the game. The only thing that kind of has me hesitant is that they would do 2 limited time collabs, because Assassin's Creed is not a free IP, right? There's certain champions that if they would bring into the game would be limited time. For me myself, I would love to see Ezio's uncle Mario. He's just such a
Mario.
badass in the book. Just so many like awesome things about him. Either him or who is the other one? It's no, there's Da Vinci and Machiavelli. Machiavelli is also in I think it's Brotherhood. So I'd like to see some of them. But it's going to be quite interesting. Again, I feel like because it is a limited time thing, if they are going to go with Assassin's Creed, it doesn't give me warm fuzzy feelings to say that it's definitely going to happen. But hey, I've been wrong before. But what I'm betting on right now is that this is going to be the introduction of the new faction. So, chat, do you guys agree or disagree that we are getting the new faction on the 8th? Because I think that's probably the bigger news. Sorry. All right. So we talked a little bit about the speculations that are coming, whether they're going to be true or not true. Some champions that we would love to see if this is true. But let's talk a little bit about some of the power couples in the game. We have champions like Sifi and Rhodos. You've got champions like what's her name, Cecilia and Cardiel. We're going to be enticed to pull a lot of these champions over the next couple of weeks. They usually do a whole slew of champions with the power couples for Valentine's Day. Now, the first question I want to ask is it really worth using some of these power couples together over mythicals and some of these other champions? I mean, I still feel like my Taurus Marichka still holds out pretty well against some other champions. And you know, my vote's always going to be like they are one of the better couples to have. That said, do you still maybe play in arena with some of the power couples? Ken?
Upcoming one, you mean, on the collaboration?
No. Not on the collaboration. In general, currently in game, do you still use like a Sifi Rhodos combination in arena or anything like that?
To be honest, there is only like one couple. It's a Tarishka. That's it. Rest
Tarishka.
of them is never going to be meta, like including the Tilva and the Torment.
Okay.
I mean, if you talk about in general arena outside of the Siege. In the Siege, like even the trade champion is got there, so.
Right. Gessel, what about you?
I mean Tarichka, but frankly, I barely even bring Taurus anymore. Marichka just by herself is so insane. I've been
Also,
trying to
sorry
run
that I took her
Hildy.
before you did.
Yeah, bro. Dude, do you watch me play? What the hell, man? You just pick every champ I pick. Like, by the way, Blazin destroyed me. If you weren't watching, Blazin came in with Nice and just ripped me apart.
And Nice still needs a buff.
Brother. I know he does. Everyone who's got Nice needs a buff. Yeah. So I don't know.
Okay.
I forgot what I was even talking about, but yeah.
You bring Marichka in more than Taurus, and you don't use Taurus.
Yeah, I don't really. There's just too many other champs. Like Taurus is amazing, right? With the just hitting every time Marichka with the constant A2 counterattack is sick. But like there's a lot of people with stone skin, like it, and he just doesn't really bring a whole lot else. Like you need people that can do other things that can either hit through block damage, hit through unkillable stone skin, who can take stone skin off. Like you need that type of stuff, and unless your Taurus is like just absolutely insane and can bring the damage to go through a stone skin, it's tough to bring them. So it's tough to bring couples. I've been trying to bring Hilvi and Tormund. It just like it doesn't work out. Like I feel like Gizzy and Tormund is a better combination, or Hilvi by herself is just better. Like you've better options. So I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough to bring them. Yeah, I guess the only other one I would say I definitely try to do, and certainly before, were the turtles. If I'm bringing Raph, you got to get Raph in the first slot, which kind of sucks. You don't want to first pick Raph, but then because then you got to bring Donatello to kind of protect them, and like the synergy there is always well. And then you could bring Leo just as a great third option. So I think those, I guess, but it's tough. It's tough to really bring, and that's not even couples, I guess. But it's just tough to get anyone that's any of those synergy champs. It's tough to get them in a live arena situation where you're counter picking too much, I guess.
I would argue and say that, you know, the turtles are definitely a pack together to have. You know, they're good individually in like a 2-piece set or a 3-piece set to put together, but yeah. PJ, I didn't even notice you were wearing the mobster glasses. What's the deal with that?
My eyes were hurting, so I put Blu-ray glasses on.
Okay, all right. I figured we were going back to the 50s, like, you know, wearing the mobsters, the Godfather look. Is that something you were trying to go for, or no?
Nope, just eye strain. My eyes were hurting and put Blu-ray glasses on. Nothing crazy.
What about you? Do you use a lot of like the power couples in arena or anywhere in game other than maybe Siege?
I don't really have Taurus Mariska. I do think, well, if we're talking about live arena is really tough because people just will ban one of them and then you don't have the couple. As far as classic arena and 3v3, I still think Ancora and Narcisse is still very strong. But I think there's honestly more like couples that are bad than that are good. Like I feel like Alton, the Shell, and Noella need like some working on. I think they could go back and buff. Like I forget about half the power couple, or not power couple, but half the couples that are in the game. Like you're like, oh shit, those are couples. I don't even remember. But I think Hilvi Tormund is pretty interesting nowadays. I think Cernic and Noelle is pretty interesting nowadays, especially with Cernic's buff, especially in like classic arena 3v3. Again, and live arena is kind of tough because they're just could ban one or the other, unless you have like someone really strong that they have to ban. Like if they're like a booster, you bring Cavalax, then they like have to bring the Cavalax because they're bringing boosting and stuff. But yeah, I think that in classic and 3v3 there's still definitely, you can definitely still use the power like couples pretty well.
Okay. Now I know Zero has been a big fan of one couple, but what do you think? Is it still worth it to try to bring them in and try to collect them all?
Hell yeah, Arbiter and Carnage are the best couple in the game.
All right.
Against you,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
In Faction Wars.
No, I actually probably lean on the couples harder than most from what y'all are saying. I am lucky enough to have Taras and Mariska. But I do exactly what Gessel does. If I'm playing in live arena, it's too easy to ban them, and Mariska's just so much powerful, you know, by herself or whatnot. So I tend not to even bring Taras and bring some of my mythical champions. But I still think, and I call them the Swingers Club, but Taras and Mariska and King and Queen together. And in fact, Blazing, since we're in the same clan, I put them in Siege. I think they won like 4 or 5 defenses. Like those you know, 2 pairings together are absolutely nasty. And I recently just got to play with Tormund Hilvi, Cernic, and Noelle. And now that they've buffed Cernic, Noelle and Cernic are absolutely insane. And what I've seen so far of the Hilvi and Tormund seem to be pretty good. And you know, pairing those 4 together. But the one power couple and I use every single time is Hansel and Gretel, and they are absolutely amazing, with Mariska and Lady Mikage as my team, and I use them all the time in arena. because they bring the cooldown. If they get Fabian'd, their A1s when they're paired together become AoEs that hit twice. It's absolutely absurd. And then of course Hansel has the ability to shoot through unkillable. Which is great, especially with Sir Nick being more in the arena now. So he can just shoot through a Sir Nick or Noel or whatever. And if he gets the kill, he gets to go again. So the two of them together are absolutely absurd in arena. But again, you can't use them. Can't use them in live arena because if they know, they will ban. And then I did try to do them for a half second in the new content Grim Forest, and when you don't get them as a pairing, they suck.
Okay.
So yeah, those are my ones. I like them.
All right. Jay, what about you?
As someone who's usually doesn't, I have Taras, but not Mariska. I definitely use them if I had them both. Or Roto CV, right? I always have one, not the other. So I've always had to use the normal ones you can get, like Timmy, Kaja, Narcissus, and Korra. I tried to go for Hansel and Gretel. They didn't make Hansel easy to get. Only Gretel was easy. So I was like, man, I wanted to really try it out. Luckily, one of my viewers has like a 5-6 star on both those champions and one of his main arena champions. But I tested it out. It's pretty good. It's pretty nice. But going through like the meta and over the months of using like Kaja, Timmy, and Narsa and Korra, eventually you start moving. You don't want to, but you start moving towards your mythicals. You start moving to champions that can do a little bit more, and void champions, right? Like Lady Noelle, Sir Nick. It's really strong. Res nukers are very powerful now. We're starting to see it. It's just that is where it's going, right? Either you're going super super fast nuker, or you're going slow and just one shotting into res nuker. It's just strong. And turtles are also really good too, because I had my dog team was working for a while, right? Packmaster and Throw Ripper. I was using it for a while. I was winning like 5-6 defenses, but when I went Res Nuker with Turtles, I had like 9-10 siege defense wins. I was holding back clans. Like, it was nuts. So of course Turtles are still insane. I don't think they're gonna stop anytime soon, especially with different varieties and different gear sets like Mercurial coming into the game. But I think a lot of the older couples, yeah, it is kind of, it's like you don't want to buff them because they're annoying in hard faction wars, right? It's not just Elvas. There's Casa Timmys too. There's other champions that are annoying, right? Like Sir Nick and Lady Noelle. You don't want to buff every single couple. But I think ones that we need to see, and I've seen buffs on them before, right, was Zavia and Bellinor. Bellinor got buffed, but really not Zavia got really crazy. No one's really using her, right? So I think maybe if Zavia got a little bit love, people probably would go back to her. I mean, she has an AoE block revive. There's not many champions that can do that other than Foley, and that's a champion that's no one's using that much anymore. He used to be really strong. So I would like to see that couple buffed, together. I think that would be really cool for the meta, but everything else, I mean, Sissy and Cardio, who's going to do that, that's just PvE. And then other couples, too, are just PvE couples. So I think that's the only one that I would say that people need to, player needs to touch up on.
Okay. Ken, what about you? Or did I already ask you?
Yeah, you did, man.
You did. Okay. All right. So what I want to do today is I want to go through the factions, through the couples, and kind of give them a grade and see, are they worth it for us still? So starting with the Bannerlords, obviously we have Taras and Marichka, and I think I'm going to go ahead and say out of all the couples, I'm going to give this one myself a 5, going 1 through 5, as they're still pretty strong together, whether they're PvP or PvE. And that the faction itself has actually some pretty solid champions to make them work, even as a just Bannerlords type of situation, especially because of Joan that came in, and I mean Aislinn. Now, where do you guys stand? Just briefly, 1 through 5. Gestel.
A 5 for sure.
A 5. Okay. PJ.
Yeah, we're talking about like couples, how strong
Taras
they are.
Marichka.
Yeah. So I'm saying if we're talking about couples and how strong they are, I would say Taras Marichka is the top tier. They'd be the 5.
Okay. Jay, what about you?
Yeah, definitely a 5 because you don't really need to do much. Like, you just buff up and you just auto it. Like, and if you're not even manualing, Taras is gonna be like, "Oh, you're hitting Marichka, I'm getting free damage." So it's kind of a simple comp. You just throw it in and it just wins. So yeah, they're OP for that.
Okay. Chat, would you guys rate them, between a 1 through 5? Would you guys agree that they are a 5? Zero, what about you?
Nice even number, 69. What is their ranking?
Nice.
Okay. And Ken, what about you?
Yeah, 5, man, of course.
5.
They are very strong.
One of the next ones in the same faction is Kaja the Rai and Timid. Now, I do have a Kaja and a Timid, and I use them. I use her more than him because of the team that I have. I'm kind of torn up on this because I've never really built my Timid, and I know Jay is going to probably roast me for this. But as a couple themselves, I would give this a 3 at best. Just because in certain cases of the game, just because certain cases of the games, like the debuffs that he brings aren't always going to be the best. Gessel, what about you?
Yeah, as a couple, I think 3 is pretty good. Kaja obviously is amazing by herself. You don't really need him. They do pair up well and do some nice stuff together, but yeah, I'd say 3 is probably about right.
Okay. PJ?
I was thinking like 3.5.
Okay. Zero?
2. I looked at this couple and was like, I don't want them. Didn't even go for the Kaja, so I'm giving them a 2.
Wow. Okay. Jay, I know Jay's got a lot of love for Timid here.
Oh yeah.
Well, if Timid wasn't like, he's basically a lower version of Fabian, right? If you think about it, right? Because Fabian overpowered Timid, so that's why I'm not using Timid anymore. I used to use Timid and Kaja all the time, right? Beat tons of mythicals, Mariuses, no problems. Remove their stone skin, get an extra turn because the Kaja's there, and then smack them, put the True Fear. If they don't die, they get True Fear, then they get provoked if they got the True Fear. So you get double CC. It is pretty good. If you guys remember the event dungeon where the Kaja Timmy were blocking people from getting to stage 30 in the event dungeon, Timmy was one-shotting people, right? He was hitting hard. If you go to hard Grim Forest, there's a team where Kaja's the boss, but Timmy's there. Timmy's destroying champions there as well. So together, they're not insane, right? Because they're not void. But just the synergy they have together is really strong. I can't give it a 3. That's impossible. So I'd have to give it a 4. At least a 4.
Okay. Ken, what about you?
We talking about in general, by the way, or the
Yeah. In general, like, obviously, if they're gonna do these events, would you really want to pull for either one? A 1. A 1. Wow.
In general, 1. Faction War, hard Faction War, I heard people who use them together. They did some nice stuff in the faction. Obviously, siege content, they can be good as well. But in general, 1.
Okay. The next one, kind of a 50-50 thing, you've got Manaya and Coronar. Now, I'm sorry, but I got nothing good. I mean, Manaya is good for Amius, and that's really much about it. So I'm going to go with a 1 there. I'm going to take Ken's answer for that one. Manaya and Coronar. Ken, what do you think?
I actually have a dupe Koarnar, unfortunately, which is Void Lego, but I still don't have a Minaya. I can buy it from the Soul Shop, but there is no point for that. So 1, bro, another 1.
Okay. Jay, what about yourself?
The A1 that Coronar used to have, remember before it got nerfed, is like, is that only for PvE or is that for like just in general? Was that only for the waves or does that still work in PvP?
I'm not sure. So his A1 attacks all enemies. That's a 50% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 10%. If Manaya is on the same team, attacks all enemies 2 times and has a chance to decrease the target's turn meter, becomes to 100% instead. The damage dealt, so it's everywhere.
Okay. Yeah, because if you guys remember, like OGs of the game, when Coronar and I first came out, they were pretty insane in like PvP or Doom Tower. You could put them together and no one could ever get a turn. If you went first, you just lost. Like you literally your turn. Nowadays we have Armons and everything, right? Everything else, but if we had the old Coronar Manaya, I think that would have been pretty. Well, Manaya needed a buff, but Coronar was good. But nowadays I don't even see them. You only see them in what, Faction Wars, maybe in like Curse City, but you don't really see them together as often. If they somehow made them up to course like how Tarash Murska, I think they'd be strong. But I give them honestly like a 2.
Okay. 0.
Yeah, they just buffed them, didn't they? Didn't they just buff Monara?
Multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah. 1. Beauty and the
Okay.
Beast. Looks like Beauty and the Least.
All right. Gestel.
I'm actually going to give them a 2, mostly because back in the day, I was using them a ton to get through Doom Tower, early Doom Tower content. I put them in a stun set and double hitting all the time. It was insane. It was just, they were stunned all day, so I'd be able to get through the Doom Tower waves early on. So just nostalgia's sake, I'm going to give them a 2.
Okay. PJ, what about yourself?
I feel like these are one of the couples that's like more annoying to face when you're going against them in like the waves and stuff than when you actually have them. Like when you're facing them in Cursed City and stuff, some of the higher stages they can be kind of annoying. Or Faction War is hard. So I feel like they're stronger when they're working for playing them with us. When we have them, I feel like they're probably like a 2. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, do you guys
Yeah.
remember they nerfed them because they was thinking they are too OP together back in the day?
All I
They nerfed
remember
them.
is Scratch used to have like 4 coroners and was like, yeah, go ahead, take my arena team on. Back in the day, it was, yeah, they were very annoying. But at this point, they really need some help together. All right, everybody's favorite, and I know this happens to be Zero's favorite, is Incarnate and Arbiter. Honestly, a
Trash.
1 is for me.
Just a give-
Like, yeah, I don't think anybody else can give them anything higher than a 1. But let's ask PJ.
Yeah, 2 again, 1 or 2. Again, like kind of annoying if you face them, but not really. In the Faction Wars, they show up a little bit, but yeah, no, 2, 1, not good.
He's like, I don't want to be as harsh.
I
But
feel
yeah.
bad giving 1s. I don't like it.
Gessel, what about you?
Actually, just pulled a dupe incarnate, so GG's to that.
Me too.
But yeah, did you? Yeah, I haven't even built the first one. I don't know why I went for. I just thought maybe it'd be good to combo for some reason. Yeah, 1. I don't even like. They didn't even give Arbiter like a reverse something, right? Like they did
Yeah.
that with Sir Nick. Like why? I mean, I guess it took him a while to do it, but I don't know. It's just a weird combo. 1.
Okay. Ken, what about you?
Wow, man, I actually didn't see them like outside of the Faction War hard. Like there is some high elf wave right on the last stage, round
Yeah.
3, and I only see them there, and she's even doing nothing there to be honest. So
Okay. Jay?
Yeah, they're very early game like comp, right? Like to work together. They're not something that's gonna go like mid to late game. Like that's the only problem about it. If they made Incarnate a little bit more stronger, that I think the couple or the duo would be a lot better. But since Incarnate's kind of like mid, right, for like early mid game, that's why the combo is not that great. So they would have to buff the Incarnate, in my opinion.
Okay.
So I give it a 1.
A 1. Zero, what about you?
-1 is if that's possible, or 0 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, they're terrible. But I will say it would be interesting to get some of the reverse stuff. And you're right, in Faction Wars, I think a few times I targeted Arbiter because she can revive, and then Kernan I think can like protect the Arbiter,
I
revive
think he
the
gives her like
Arbiter,
an
or
unkillable or something.
unkillable or some crap. So like, you know, when it happens, it caught me off guard, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that's Incarnate. But outside of that, it's 0.
Okay. Ken, did I get you? Yes. I
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Next, we got Zavia and Bellinor. Now, both of these
Damn, I
have
forget
gotten
them.
they've gotten a little bit of a buff. But for myself, you know, you can use them for progression, but that's really much about it. I'd say a 2, and that's being kind of generous because they don't really give us anything crazy together. Gessel, where do you kind of rank these two?
Yeah, I forgot about them too, honestly. Bellinar with the buff is relatively good now. Xavia back in the day was useful, but now I don't even know where you could really use her. I'm gonna go with 1.
Okay. PJ, what about yourself?
I'm looking at them right now. I'm trying to think of this as like an overall pairing and how well of like a pairing and like what they help each other out at all, and do they not help each other out at all? Like what do they bring to the table? Yeah, I mean, when you bring them together, Bellinor gets irresistible, which is kind of nice. But yeah, as far as I would say they're like a 2.5, like
Okay.
not super crazy.
Zero, what about you?
Yeah, I never got Xavier. I do have Bellinar. Maybe like a 2. I think
2.
they're if I'm using Arbiter Incarnate as a baseline, they're probably a little bit better than them.
Fair
So I would
point.
say 2.
Jay, what about you?
I think definitely they could easily be like a 3.5, almost 4, if they buffed up Zavia. Because Bellinor is pretty decent. He used to be, really good for clan boss. He's really good nuker. He puts he's one of the only champions, like few that we have in the game, other than mythicals, that can put decreased defense and weaken unresistible, right? If you have both. So that is pretty insane. Like Lydia can still get 3%ed, Venus can still get 3%ed, right? So like that is insanely strong to be able to have that, not just for runs, but just if you're trying to like fight in arenas too. So the only downside is that he doesn't strip, he doesn't remove anything. So maybe they could take away that perfect veil, put that on Bellinor, and then make Zavia get like an extra turn if she kills somebody with the A3, goes back into the A2. That could be really nasty because AoE block revive with decreased defense and weaken, you're gonna kill people easy, right? So I think that would help the duo out. But I give it like a 2. But if they got buffed, maybe like a 3.5.
Okay.
Also, Sussy has no poisons.
True. I figured like if he had like a poison sensitivity, like it'd be a little bit better. But Ken, what about yourself? What would you pair Bellinor and Zavia as?
I mean, Bellinar alone is pretty decent, to be honest. I believe people was using him. I'm still not sure. Like, I mean, they are still using it on the Hydra. Yeah. For the Fina,
I
Trandacon.
use them,
I
yeah.
believe. Yeah. He's very good on this content. I mean, his alone is like, we can call like 3, 4 for that specific content. Especially like if you pull like Bellinar in the early game, bro, decrease defense weaken. AoE champion, which is Void Affinity as well, before you got the Lydia, that can actually help you on the multiple places. But within the Zavia, like, they have literally no mechanic at all, man. Like, it's hard to believe they are a couple, to be honest. Like, I totally forget they are a couple, to be honest.
Okay. So a 2, 1? What do you think?
1.
1. Okay.
Couple 1. Couple 1.
Couple 1. Okay. All right, moving on to the Sacred Order. Now, this one has a few of them, and some of them are good. Let's start off with Hansel and Gretel. And I like them. They're great for blender comps, good for arena. I haven't used them for most of the other content. Like, I think I tried to use them for hard mode faction wars. I may try to give them another chance now that I've got now that we got the buff on Sir Nick. But I think a 3.5 is fair to have them both, because the utility of being AoE. Zero, what about you?
You know, start with me first. I'm gonna give them. They're not Taurus and Mauritia level, but if you really take the time to play with them and build a good team around them, I'm 4. I want to lean to 4.5. Honestly, I use them that much, and I think
Okay.
they're fantastic. Again, his A3 with the cooldowns, his A2 can go through unkillable, and he gets extra turn if he gets a kill. And then the A1s alone, if you click that, they both one brings the weekend, one brings the defense down, but it turns into a double hit AoE when they're both together. That's absolutely insane, and it shuts down what Fabian's trying to do. And again, I pair them with the Mauritia, so Mauritia can just ally attack, and if it pulls one of the two of them in, you're getting a double hitter AoE. It's stupid good, and they got really good multipliers and they hit really hard.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna For how I use them, 4.5. For everybody else, and how they're probably going to say 4. But there
Okay.
you go.
PJ, what about you?
Yeah, I think Zero Brew is pretty spot on. Honestly, if we're talking about just as far as like pairings and comparing them to other duos, I think they are very strong. They synergize very well. Irresistible lockout or cooldown is really strong. Ignoring 30% defense is really strong. I would say like 4 to 4.5 if we're doing it off of other comparisons. Like they're not as good as Taurus Mariska. Obviously, they're not Void and stuff like that. But yeah, I think they're very strong together.
Okay. Gestel.
I don't have both of them. I think I just have the one that you could get, Hansel, I guess.
Gretel
think it
was
was,
the
Gretel.
Gretel
fusion.
was the fusion.
Right, okay. Yeah, so I don't have Hansel. He's so hot right now, Hansel. But the so I don't know. I'll defer to Zero. I know Zero plays with them a lot, so I'll definitely defer to them. I'll go with the 4. I've never used them, so.
Okay.
Yeah, and the one thing I didn't even mention is the passive, man. When one of the two of them die, they both fire off their A3. So I have Hansel and Stoneskin baiting whatever team I'm going against to kill the Gretel. And when Gretel dies, he pops off the A3, puts everything on cooldown, and it doesn't put his skill on cooldown, and he gets to go and do his A3 again. And it's AoE hit. It's absolutely absurd. Yeah.
Okay. Jay, what about you?
I actually get to play with them before and after blessings. They're really strong. I would give them a 3.5 in if you don't have like maybe 1 or 2 blessings, but once you start getting 4s to 6, which I've played with 5, they're really strong. They are insane. Like you said, Blazin, you can use them with blenders like Mikage's. You can use them with counterattack champions with 9-piece protection. There's different ways you can use them, utilize them, and they're really nice. The only thing is they don't have a lot of survivability, like Zero Brew said. Like there's no like block damage or unkillable like Sir Nick or anything like that. So when they die, like you do get a last resort, but if that doesn't kill, you don't have any. You have no way to bring them back. There's no reviver. So they're kind of like an all-in team. So I would give them a 3.5 without blessings. But if you have blessings, definitely 4-star.
Okay. Ken, what about you?
I mean, I remember Pogo Pink Tai, shout out to Pogo Pink Tai. He was really enjoying them. He was actually using them productively. I'm not a huge fan of them, but they are definitely not a trash. I like to say like 3.5.
Okay. Moving on to the one that got the most recent buff, Sir Nick and our girl Lady Noelle. I think this is, depending on how you play them, could be very dangerous. They bring a lot of utility. I'm going to go ahead and say that as a couple together with the buff now, I'm going to give them a 4.5. They're not Taurus Marichka level, but they're still pretty strong. Ken, what about you?
Yeah, Sir Nicholas buff recently got actually quite a good one. I still like I just don't know how to use them in the arena. Like, okay, like, so basically, usually like meta build is 9-piece protection set on the Sir Nicholas, so his buff, unkillable buff, right? Get him protected. But to do that, you need to get a turn with the Noelle, and she need to use that skill ability on her A2 ability on him. So you will get it. Well, so like I don't understand that. So like beginning of the game, if you start first, go kill the enemy team. Why you try to protect yourself, right? If you're fasted enough, if you get in turn before the enemies, just kill them. Like, but if the enemy starting before you, which is Noelle is cannot say like she's a speed sport champion. If the enemy start before you, then most likely they are going to put your skill on the cooldown. If you ever resist Noelle, even you ever resist Noelle, Nicholas going to die because Nicholas not going to be on the stone skin build too. So he's going to be 9-piece protection to get the like base result. Like I don't know, still like Noelle A3 skill going to be like if you build her in the high resistance cannot be resisted, I believe, or the blocked. That can be nice, which is on this day everybody will want. I'm using Noelle productively in the arena alone with Sir Nicholas, but this is what I'm experiencing so far. But they're still like good. I would like to say 4.
Okay. I thought this was going to go a lot faster, but
Sorry.
I should have, it was my fault because I should have given this a whole big segment. I thought we were going to go through this a lot faster. Okay. Gestel, what about you? Sir Nick and Lady Noelle, what would you give them?
Definitely. I mean, both Void, right? Sir Nick just got a huge buff. Definitely much more viable now than he's ever been since since basically back in the day when he was viable. So I'll give him a 4. Definitely. I haven't
Okay.
used them together yet. I could +4 Sir Nick. I just don't have a blessing for him. So I'm kind of holding out for a blessing, and then I'll maybe I'll +4 him and test him out.
Okay.
So
Chat,
I'm glad they did it.
Okay. Chat, what would you guys say, Sir Nick and Lady Noelle? Would you give them a 5, 4, 3? Would you even give them a 1? PJ, what about you?
Yeah, I think they're very strong together. Not like they're different than Taurus Mariska. Like Taurus Mariska are kind of more like offensive. This is kind of more defensive. I don't know if I would say they're a 5, but maybe like definitely a 4, 4.5, like maybe potentially a 5. Like I know they're not better than Taurus Mariska, but I think you have multiple people at 5s. Yeah, no, they pretty much every single move they have some type of pairing together, which is insane. Like they're getting a benefit from everything. Yeah, I guess I could go 4.5. I definitely think they're very strong together.
Okay. Zero, what about you?
Yeah, I'll try to speed up. I do have a 3-star for Sir Nick, but yeah, 4 to 4.5 for me. And the reason why is I just got finished glazing Hansel and Gretel, and I have Siegfried. I could not beat stage 21 with those champions again. Way more offensive. As soon as, and I use Noelle too. As soon as I threw Sir Nick in this most recent rotation, I cheesecake easy 3-star done and done, just swapping out and putting in Sir Nick, done and done. So they are extremely powerful, and I did build my Sir Nick to do some damage. He can hit for 100k plus with his AoE and stuff, so it's really nice.
Chat says the same thing. Chat says between a 4 and a 5, 4.5. Jay?
Easily a 4.5. He is another res nuker that has been added to the game. He has base 50 res, right? Very tanky champion as well. Some res nukers are defense, some are HP. And Noelle can freeze through, like, if we had Taras Mariska going against Lady Noelle and Sir Nick, it's going to take a long time to kill the enemy team because of Mariska, and Taras is tanky because of his passive. But the thing is, you're going to be frozen consistently. It's unresistible, unblockable from both champs. You're cooked. Eventually, they're both going to die. So if you have to look at a top 5 team versus another team, they're slower. They are slower in this. You can build them fast, right, in 9-piece protection, but they're not like offensive. They're more defensive team, but they're the stronger, in my opinion, defensive team. So I think they're more cancer, in my opinion, because you can't do nothing about it unless you're in Stone Skin or Mercurial, which we're not there yet. Like not everyone in the community is there. So I would give them a 4.5. And if you have 6-star blessing on both, I would say they're on par with Taras Mariska.
Okay. Moving on to Cupidus and Venus. Now here they got an interesting combination here. Venus gets a strip. Cupidus gets to A1 counterattack every time he's hit. Used to be good. I think at this point though, I wouldn't do anything more than a 3, and that's capping it. Chat, would you guys agree or disagree? Ken, Cupidus, Venus.
Oh man, they was so good when they got a buff, right, man. They was in the like every single critical in the team, stuff like that. But especially after the live event release it, meta is switched to the forcing us to use DPS champion even in the stone skin, you know. So that's a little bit hurt them. But I believe like content like Siege, Secret Order only can be still solid. Cupid is a little bit outdated to Venus, still very great. Like she's one of my Hydra team. She's a decklist defense weekend. A1 poison if you guys struggle on the early game, mid game against like Dragon Lair, for example, can be nice for the Columbus as well. A3 actually has a like HP burn too. That's pretty good. But correct beta, I would like to say 3.5. Like a great
3.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Gessel, what about you? Venus, Cupidus.
Great PvE champs now. I used to run them in Hydra. Definitely great. Or I don't know if they're as great now since the Hydra changes, but before pre-Hydra changes, they were excellent in there together. Um, yeah, I think 3.5. 3.5.
Okay. 0.
Yeah, I've been wanting Venus the whole time. I've gotten 2 Cupiduses, no Venus. So I haven't had experience with them, but I think I would have said 3.5 prior to just the power creep in the game. So I feel like they're more of a 3 today. Yeah, look at you with your 2.
I'll trade you.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and like I said, and Venus does, and she's another one that brings like weekend and defense down in one move, right? So
Right.
and then of course Cupidus, being able to retaliatory whatever, but I never been able to pull it off. So I would say about 3 today in today's meta.
Okay. PJ?
I just realized they're kind of like the OG Taurus Mariska.
Yep.
The counterattacking every time you hit. Comparing them to the other pairings in the game, I still think they're very, very strong. Like I said, they're like the OG Taurus Mariska, so the counterattacking is very strong. Venus getting like a whole extra move is really cool. The strip and the extra turn is very, very strong. So I would say 3.5. I think there's a solid rating.
Okay. Jay?
Yeah, after they buffed Cupidus' passive, right, to get that counterattack, it really bring them back into the meta for a while. But then they fell once bombs, because you had to put Cupidus in Stone Skin. Bombs started to becoming meta because people were laughing at bombs not working. And they just get locked out too. So it's like they were really strong, even in PvE. They were the old version of Crockhat and Packmaster Shayak. That's what it was.
Yep.
But now it's the dog's still better in my opinion with Packmaster. So I would say if they just buffed Cupidus, right? Because Venus is really still strong. She has the strip, she has the burn, she has decreased defense and weaken. They just need to buff Cupidus a little bit, and I think it could be good. But right now, I'd give it 3.
Okay. Cardiel, I mean, on his own is phenomenal, but Cecilia Flametongue, honestly, guys, I'm not even going to get into their thing because I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to go ahead and give the pairing itself a 1 because it's just that bad. 0, where do you stand?
Yeah, 1.
1. PJ?
Yeah, I'd have to agree that separately they're amazing, but if we're talking about the pairing, I don't even know what they do as far as the pairing together. So yeah, I would say a 1 as well.
Okay, chat, do any of you guys know what they do as a pairing, Cardiel and Cecilia Flametongue? Don't look it up, don't cheat, just let me know. Ken, what about you?
Togetter, I mean, as a couple, they are pretty much doing nothing, man. So, I mean, Cardial alone, I mean, CC as well, they can be solid. Especially Cardial is actually very solid. But their Togetter performance, 2 maybe.
Okay. Jay, what about you?
Back in the days, I probably would have gave it a 2, but nowadays it's like they only have one skill, like passives that work with each other. There's champions that have all skills, or at least a little bit more, like Hilvy and Tormund. I'd give it a 1, man. But back then, it was definitely it was okay. You needed things to go out there and attack. There wasn't like Ninja Turtles or what we have nowadays. There wasn't as many ally attackers, so that was nice to have. But nowadays, we already have that, so like I'd give it a 1.
Okay. Gestel?
Yeah, I agree with everyone. They don't really bring too much pairing in together. They're both great champs separately, but together they're not really doing what the other guys do. So I think a 1's fair.
Okay. I mean, they look cool, but yeah, definitely need more love to each other. Now the last one in the faction is Ashtalon and Countess Lix. Again, nothing crazy with either one of them. Very, very outdated. I'm going to go ahead and give them another 1. PJ, what about you?
Yeah, trying to take a quick look here. I would also lean towards the they pretty much just he has an A1 it helps with. Well, not team. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say a 1 as well.
Okay. 0, what about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go say 1. I actually just recently pulled Astralon, and I think I have a Countess Lick somewhere. I forgot even what faction she's in, but yeah, I'm gonna say 1 on that one.
Okay. Gestel, what about you?
Yeah, again as a pairing, not very strong. Old school, yeah. I think the older ones kind of just maybe just been power crept and need to be maybe updated a bit. So definitely a 1.
Okay. Jay, what about you?
I've actually used them a few times back in the days. It was okay, but when you read them, like especially on Counter Strike, it's like only remove one random buff. Like we have Sippy Rotus removes all buffs, you know. So as a pairing, yeah, they're even back then it was kind of like a 1.5 too. Now, so nowadays it's definitely a 1.
Okay. Ken, what about you?
1.
1. Okay. I don't believe. Oh, we have Alsgore for the barbarians with Genti the Giant. This is so bad. I didn't even think that this faction had one. So I'm gonna go ahead with a 1. Zero, what about you?
Yeah, 1. And I went for them too, thinking that with another unkillable champion in the game, that would be better. Yeah, they need to buff their damage.
Wait,
They're
let
terrible.
me step this back. I forgot Constantine and Vlad. Sorry, Vlad. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Constantine and Vlad had a little bit of a buff to them. I still don't see them a lot together, but not as bad as some of the other ones. So I'm gonna go and give this one a 2. Ken?
Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like most of the couple you asked me, I don't even remember their skill set, man.
I know.
But
That's how bad they are.
both I don't actually remember what they are doing together. But they are actually quite a solid champion together. Like they are hitting quite hard, especially like Vlad. He has a control ability as well. Konstantin helped me on the faction war too. He's hitting quite hard as well. But
Okay.
together, let's say 3 maybe, man. Like they are one of them Void Lego. I mean, actually, most of them was Void Lego, right? Through so far you asked it. But yeah, they are not that terrible.
Okay. Jay, what about you?
Yeah, Vlad got buffed. Before the buff, I was one of the only people using Vlad. Right, I was hardcore using it. But since the buff, but Stoneskin messed up Vlad. You can't do nothing with Vlad. Constantine can still burst through people. He has insane multipliers. So as a duo, I would say a 3. But if they buffed up, maybe Vlad a little bit, not requiring Constantine as much, it would be a little bit better. But yeah, 3 is in general.
3. Zero.
Yeah, I've got Vlad, no Constantine, so I don't know how well they kind of work. I would say probably 2.5 after the buff.
Okay.
Currently.
Gessel?
Yeah, definitely better after the buff. I do have them both, and I could definitely tell you I've never used them together. So I'll give them a 2.
Alrighty.
Being Void.
And PJ?
We were looking at their kits now. They do a little bit of synergy. I would say like a 2.5 to 3, maybe. I like them as separate. Together, they're all right. I say 3.
Okay. All right. So back to Jetney the Giant and Alsgore. I'm gonna go ahead and say a 1. Gestel, what about you?
Alscore is good. Gentney doesn't really bring much to the table. Yeah, I'll go 1.
Okay. PJ?
They're decent together. You face them with some Curse City stuff together, they can be kind of annoying. I would say 2.5.
Okay. Zero?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 1.5. I just feel
Maybe,
like
yeah.
I just feel like they don't do that hot of stuff. Oh, and just blazing, just one thought. Maybe we stop here at Barbarians and pick this up next week, just for Ken's
I
sake.
think we might have to, yes. Because it definitely took a lot longer than I expected. Jay, what about yourself?
I would give them a 2.5. If you give Jetney an aura of attack in battles or speed lead, it would make the team way better. I would say like a 3 and 3.5. They're not that bad. He goes in first, puts block damage or strips, she goes and nukes. And if she gets 1 kill, she gets to go again and nuke again. So it's not horrible. It's actually a pretty good duo. It's just not good as nowadays. It's just good back then.
Right.
Yeah.
And Ken, what about you?
Too, like the PJ mentioned, I remember them on the curse day. I think it was S14. I could be wrong though. They was annoying, but it's because of their limitation as man. Like, we are using like some rare champion or the big champion against them. I think 2, man. They're not 1.
Um, and then last but not least, we've got Esme and we've got Moto the Peel. I went for both of them. Honestly, they're okay, not game changing. Early game, you'll use them. I think I'm gonna go with the same thing as Gently the Giant and Alsgore and give them a 1. PJ, what about yourself?
Oh, I think they're definitely better than a 1. Esme, her A2 also decreases turn meter of all enemies. If Moto is on the team, steals 20% of each enemy's turn meter. That's pretty strong. Has a chance of removing all buffs. If Moto's on the team, 100% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies instead. I think together they're actually pretty strong. Moto can hit pretty well, actually. It's weird. He actually hits harder with enemies like or unders. I don't know. I feel like his kit's like weird, but he actually can hit pretty well. I would say they're 3 to 3.5. Also like a 3.
Okay. We actually do have one more for the same faction. I forgot Chronum. Thank you, Red.
Oh yeah.
Zero, what about yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 1.5. I went for Esme and ended up pulling Moto out of the shards, but I've yet to build them.
Okay. Jay, what about you?
Yeah, they're basically the new version of Alsgore and Jetney. They're way better. You get increased speed, you get the stealing buffs, you get the nukage extra turn just like Jetney had, but you have it on Moto this time. They're actually way better. I unfortunately don't have Moto, otherwise I would have showcased both. I only have the Esme, so. But yeah, they're. I would give them like 3. 3 is totally fine. Yeah.
Okay. Ken, what about yourself?
I mean, SV actually pretty solid. The problem is the Mofo.
Moto.
Like, bro, his multiplier was very bad, right? Like, we was actually, like, he was have like some like deal more damage against Stone Skin or stuff like that, but he's actually dealing very low damage. His multiplier is very bad. Unfortunately, her partner is very bad. So, like, let's say like 3 maybe.
Okay. PJ? Or did I already ask you?
You asked me, but
sorry.
I think the thing with him was his A3 does more damage against Stone Skin, but actually his A2 in game did more damage against Stone Skin or something. It was like flipped. It was really weird. Like the one that was supposed to do more damage actually didn't do damage. It was like the other one did more against Stone Skin. It was weird. But yeah, you asked me.
Gessel, what about you?
Actually, I haven't pulled Esme yet, and I don't have the other dude, so
You haven't even pulled
I
stock
can't really.
yet, and I don't know how that's possible.
Bro, you gotta say this important stuff to be able to snipe for the impossible chance. You gotta keep them. I would like to have stock though. Everyone keeps telling me how great he is, but I'm holding
nice.
strong, man. I need those frags. Yeah, so I haven't used them. I don't know. So I'll defer to everyone else. I'll say 3 sounds good.
Okay. And then last but not least, you got Chronum and DJ. I actually like this one a lot. These two are a pretty strong pairing. Not game breaking though. Definitely early on to help you do a lot of things. But I'm gonna cap it at a 3. And that's being generous for myself. Zero, what about you?
I 100% agree with you. I say I think they're better than some of the ones we looked at tonight. And I call her DJam. I think DJam can help with the reviving and all that stuff. So they're very mid is what I would say. So three's the most I can go with them. I like them. They're good.
All right. PJ, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's kind of sad that when the pairing with an epic is better than most of the pairings with double legendaries,
Right?
is not ideal.
Double void legendaries too.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. But as far as their pairing, yeah, I think they're very solid. I think a 3 is good.
Okay.
Good combo.
Gessel, what about you?
I'll go with the 3.
Okay. Jay?
Yep, 3 is perfectly fine.
Ken, what about you?
Another 3.
Okay. So we'll stop there for the grading of the couples. We will pick it up next week, as I literally thought we were going to go through this a lot faster, but we definitely have a lot of opinions on this, rightfully so. That said, I do have to pick the Predator winner for the Predator Pass. So I have linked the video in a couple of times. Hopefully you guys went and entered your UMID number in there. We are going to pick one person. If the person doesn't respond within 24 hours, we will pick somebody else that I will log in and get you a Predator. All right, so good luck to everybody. 4 plus 3 equals 7, and we have a total of 27 comments. Let's go ahead and pick the winner. And it is Mogo Dolan, and his comment is, Predator is interesting that Hunter's gaze had to be modified for this champion. All right, so I've got you right here. Congratulations, sir. Or ma'am. Make sure you reach out to me in Discord. I will put this in the YouTube as well too. I'll get on, grab you your Predator, and congratulations. You have 24 hours to go and claim it. That said, let's find out where we can find Mr. Final Campachi every Monday through Saturday.
Yeah, Monday to Saturday, you are right. We are streaming Monday to Saturday, guys, every single day except Sunday. Sunday, I'm exclusive here. In the Final Campachi, you guys can find me both on my YouTube and the Twitch at the same time. We are live streaming 1 hour after Columbus reset. Thank you.
Awesome. Gusto, where can people come and find you?
Sunday through Friday, 2 to 7 Pacific Standard Time. Gusto Gaming on Twitch and on the YouTubes.
Awesome. PJ, what about yourself?
MXPJE on the Twitch and YouTubes. Come say what's up.
Awesome. Zero, what about yourself?
Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Central Time at Zero Brew. And make sure you click on that YouTube's at Zero Brew as well.
Awesome. Jay, what about yourself?
On both on Twitch.tv and on YouTube, JRStar3.
Awesome. Hey, Ken, what do you got for a shout out for me, bro?
Let's shout out the Shinny. We talked about him earlier. He's back to the streaming again and making content for the raid. Actually, he's back for a while. But I like to shout out the Shinny. I'm going to post his YouTube channel on here, guys. If anybody still doesn't know the Shinny, you guys can check them out over there. Great guy. Make sure to follow.
Awesome. Gessel, what about you?
Well, let's shout out our fellow Knights of Teleria who's not here this week, Kinkopium. Maybe we're gonna raid him. Looks like he's live right now.
Yes, sir.
Great dude though. Everyone knows him here. Definitely, if you're not following him, give him a follow. And as I like to say, throw him a lurk if you're taking off for the night. So yeah, great dude, great dude. Get Kinkopium on there.
Awesome. PJ, what about you?
All right, I have 2 shout outs. First shout out is to Sam the Raid Man, who is trying to pick up the free to play Hell Hades, or the old Hell Hades free to play. I don't think he's doing it this year. I think Sam's trying to do a free to play competition. So if you guys are interested in that, check him out. And then also big shout out to Airfern2, who's actually started streaming again recently. Played raid, took a break, played raid, took a break, playing it again. He's got a free to play account. Very knowledgeable, does tons of account help, tons of account takeovers. So hopefully with us giving him some shout outs, he'll start streaming more regularly, but he was streaming yesterday. Yeah, good dude over there. Check him out.
Awesome. And Zero, what you got for a shout out for me?
Yeah, I recently saw him on, but Risen Bones. So there's his link. Give him some love. I know he's been in a lot of our communities. And we rated him the other night, and he had under the 50 followers needed to be able to become a Twitch affiliate. And so I think with that, we pushed him over the 50, so he was able to get affiliate. So congrats to Risen Bones on that.
Nice.
But if you're not following him, following is free on Twitch. Give him a follow, and let's get him over 100 or 200 if we can. Let's go.
Awesome. Jay, what about you?
This week, I'm going to be giving it to Mobile Gamer on YouTube.
Okay. My shout out's actually going to go to one of you guys, the viewers, being useless. Over the holiday season, he had a lot of things going on with family. His sister's not doing too well. His brother's not doing too well. So he's going through a lot of stuff. Just know, brother, that we are all here for you. Thoughts and prayers for speedy recoveries, and just know that if you need somebody to talk to, we're here. Guys, thank you all again for joining us. Prime Skeletor, I didn't forget your question. We just trying to run through some stuff, but I will get your question next podcast. We'll start off with it. I do have it written down. That said, Twitch side, we are going to raid out to Mr. Kinkopium. Make sure when we head over there, you show him some love, give him some follows, and, support the stream. As always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other. We'll catch you guys next time. Rating in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye, everybody.